The Maasai live in clan societies, and the reason for this is to create good relationships so that people can help each other.
And people from the same clan did not marry each other, though some did after they exchanged an effort to break their respect bond.
The Maasai have age groups. A man will never marry a girl from the same age set because she's like his own daughter.
The cattle are of value to the Maasai. It is their bank account. Men call each other pagideng, meaning they exchange an efa, that is a cow, Mo, to create long-lasting relationship between families. Pagajo yanga shangidengai, yoshage jingel tungana ngangiti, yeah ina maiba. Oh, yeah ina lotie.
The Maasai music is equally unique and uncomparable to any other. As the tourists visit Kenya to see wild animals like lions
and hippos and elephants and sheep.
Okay. Oh, sorry. The tourists equally come to see the Maasai and experience our beautiful culture. Although we have some cultural practices that are not appropriate. One of these cultural practices is shh. Legi nyilai.
Iyo shaga umon.
Na umon yai.
Iyo shaga umon.
Tani ani lebu.
Iyo shaga umon.
Lebu nyendo ma.
Iyo shaga umon.
Angisho nangera.
Iyo shaga umon.
Yayo ho. Oh yayo ya. My name is Karsis, from the family of Olenkongoni. When we were young, we used to be very proud girls because we will go for ceremonies and interact with the young men called the Moranis. And during this time, we will also go showing and telling girls about circumcision. When time came for my own circumcision, I was the first one to get into the hut. I was very courageous. And I was given 6 sheep for that. 6. Our parents used to circumcise girls. And of course, I did the same to my own. We could not change tradition. And so, everybody accepted because they thought it was the right thing to do.
My name is Nawe Supat from the family of Olemuli. We all went through it because it was part of our custom, and that's how it always used to be. When I did it, I was to be married off immediately to an older man. But I ended up being married off to a different one. When the one that I was to get married to heard that I was no longer going to marry him, it rang the whole night, crying and saying that I was dead. When morning came, it was time for me to be circumcised. I went in fast, and after the cut, I bled to a point that everyone thought that I'll die. But that did not stop them. Because to them, whatever happened to me was perfectly a normal thing.
My name is Bernadette Lolojo. I am the chief officer of the anti-FGM board. We should take care of our girls, educate them, because we do not know who will marry them in the future. They might end up getting married to foreign people, and the husbands will later realize that they are missing something. So I urge the Maasai community to stop this act.
We have circumcised women in our society, but that happened a long time ago.
Some of the effects of circumcision is that a girl might bleed to...
Those days are long gone.
...to death in the process. They might have complications
Those days are long gone.
While giving birth, because the scar left might rupture, causing even more harm to the girl.
It is our tradition. Nobody can stop our tradition.
It causes psychological effects on the girl child because she feels stigmatized in the society. Men no longer want to...
Do not listen to her. She doesn't even know what she's talking about.
Men no longer want to marry circumcised women.
I am circumcised and I'm married off. She's lying.
We all went through it, and that is how it should continue. Ooh.
Don't you think it is sad when no man wants to marry your daughter since she is circumcised?
I don't believe you.
Don't you understand? But the tradition is still here.
It can't be changed.
Yes, we still circumcise girls. Some bleed and milk is poured to them. Cow dung as well. Some girls are tied with grass if they happen to bleed a lot to try and stop the bleeding. Some of them even bleed to death, but people still don't believe that it is FGM that killed them.
Of course, it's witchcraft.
Witchcraft?
Yes, witchcraft. It is everywhere, maybe closer than you think.
So it's women's fault that a girl bleeds to death, not the tradition?
How do you mean? Of course not. It is the witch's fault. They bewitch a girl so that she can bleed to death. There's nothing you can do about it.
I just wonder how it is possible.
There are such things as witches. They are everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
So when something goes wrong, it is always a witch who has been on the go. Why not a wizard? Always a female witch. Why is it that we women always seem to get the blame and be carriers of society's shame? Our blood is less good. When a man gets injured, his blood is still pure. But is it not blood coming from his body? What's the difference? Why are our bodies less worthy and more filthy? Why do we invest more in sons than daughters? Are we really more stupid? Really? Now they do not even want to marry us, but traditions they want to keep, even if it's bad. I think women get blamed too much for things that go wrong, don't you think?
I don't understand you. Maybe you should go back to Nairobi.
And can you please be quiet, woman?
I only say what I see. Girls are not the problem in the society. If you want to defeat AIDS, FGM, and early marriages, educate girls. If you want a better economy, educate girls. If you as a man wants a loving wife, invest in your daughters.
Please, go back to where you belong.
Where did this culture come from anyway?
Let me tell you a story. The Maasai are the lost tribe of Israel. And in Israel, God ordered Abraham to circumcise himself and all the men in his household. It was a way of God to create an agreement with his people.
The Israelites were led by King Pharaoh. He had enslaved them. Pharaoh wanted to marry, and he wanted pure women. So, a after a discussion with the elders, they chose the best girls and locked them up so that no man could see them. They later circumcised them. To Pharaoh, the shed of blood made the girls pure.
So that's where the culture began.
Yes, and the Maasai picked it up as they left Israel for Africa.
The Maasai are known for keeping their culture, so the practice went on. Let us meet Olentore, a man who is having a ceremony for his daughter who is going to be circumcised tomorrow. A week ago, his friend's daughter bled to death. Both the parents and the circumciser, feared taking the girl to the hospital for they were scared of being arrested.
My dear friend, and you drink as much as you want because you know that I'm not selfish. I want everyone who comes to my home to eat to their satisfaction. Where is the bottle of whiskey the boys brought from town? Eh? Call up the women to bring it. Go. Now, give me some more. First, finish the bottle you're holding. Are you going to die of me? Oh, my daughter. My beautiful daughter. She's already dead.
Do you want to be with your children?
Wait.
Spit out that bad saliva. You idiot. Why are you wishing bad things upon the girl? May you die yourself.
I am still drinking. Go. Please leave me. Let me drink by myself. No, don't go, my friend. Be still. You are my honored guest. Let us drink it up so that when tomorrow they... And my little darling, she's going to die. Then I will cry drunk.
Ero, stop this drunkenness. For how long are you going to be with a girl? Wishing her the worst. May you die of fire.
But I'm not joking. Don't you remember our friend's daughter last Sunday?
Shh, keep your voice down.
Why? Why? Everybody knows. She was buried in the wee hours of the morning. Everybody knows. Oh, my daughter. My beautiful daughter. My own flesh and blood. Buried in the ground.
Stop! Stop it all! Enough about your daughter. Stop talking about her and just stop it.
The following morning, his daughter and 2 sons were circumcised. The boys did it in the hospital, but his daughter was circumcised at home because it is, the government does not allow. She started bleeding. And she kept bleeding until 3 p.m. They tried using cow dung and milk on her cut, but nothing worked. They hired a nurse at night to treat her, but it took so long for her to respond to medication.
Hello, sir. How are you? I'm told that you're not feeling well, and can I please check on you? Yeah, your pulse, yes. Your throat. Oh, your throat is inflamed. May I please listen to your chest? Just breathe in and out. Oh, not so bad. You will soon get medication, okay? My name is Jackson Olenjapit, a doctor at Koyaki Community Hospital. When I was working, a girl was brought in. She was bleeding terribly. She was admitted and later discharged. But days later, she died. These are just a few ones that I know about. Some die at home without anyone saying a word about it. The process causes a lot of harm because they completely mutilate the organ, and this brings about infections because the cut is so deep. These infections also bring complications when it comes to giving birth, and when getting intimate to their husbands, the girl will not feel any pleasure, maybe only pain. There's also the risk of HIV and AIDS, because the circumciser uses only one knife to cut all the girls. Boys, if you want to make change, just be brave and spread the word.
It also has negative impacts on a girl's education. When a circumcised girl goes to school where others are not, she becomes a victim and a laughingstock. Her education is then affected, and her stay at school becomes a problem.
Oh yes, I'm circumcised and I'm proud. I also never ran away from the knife. I was brave. I didn't even move an eyelash. But here in school, when I look at the other girls, I wonder to myself, am I the only one that is? Why? Why did I tell the others? How could I be so stupid? Should I have been quiet? What is going to happen to me now? Are they always going to make fun of me? Yes. Maybe I have to transfer to another school.
Ishia.
There I'll be quiet as a mouse. Mouse. I won't say anything to anyone. I know what they are whispering. Weak, submissive, obedient, silent, worthless. They all despise me for being proud. Maybe even the teachers.
Do they still do that in your village? How can they be so stupid? How can anyone be so dumb? Nobody does that anymore.
Where?
And you bragging and telling us that you're proud. Proud of what? You must be the craziest girl in Kenya.
They say rude things about my family. They are so cruel. I'm not going back to school anymore. Tomorrow I'll run away and never return. Let my father do whatever he wants. I don't care anymore.
33 million fewer girls than boys are in primary school worldwide. This means that girls suffer more hunger, more violence, more disease. It's a simple fact. There is no one more vulnerable than a girl. Early marriage is the future for millions of girls around the globe. 14 million girls under 18 years will be married off this year.
That is 38,000 girls married today.
That is 26 girls the last minute. Every minute, every hour, every day, every year. Here is the bitter truth.
The common death reason for girls between the age of 15 years and 18 years is not age.
It's not hunger.
And it's not war.
It's childbirth because of early marriages. If education for a girl ends,
the old cycle continues.
Cycle of poverty.
Cycle of violence.
Cycle of ignorance.
Cycle of FGM.
Cycle of early marriages.
Cycle of death.
But a girl that gets an education starts a different kind of cycle.
Because she's going to stay healthier.
She is going to get married later.
She's going to have healthier children.
And most of all, she is going to have educated children.
Girls need to stay in school because a girl with an extra year of education earns 20% extra as an adult.
Educated girls are a powerful change for a better community.
And that kind of change happens very fast.
Educating a girl is one of the most lucrative and public utilities available for community.
Right now, on this planet, 66 million girls are out of school, and many more struggle every day to stay where they belong.
In a classroom,
You and thousands other girls hold the future in your hands. The future belongs to you. If you get the proper education that you need, incredible things will happen for you,
for your family,
For your communities,
for your country,
for your future children, for all of us. So, be nice to each other. We all have a history to share. Some of them are similar, some are more difficult to talk about, to understand, and to accept. We all have a history. Olosho maingor wenki sumasa indaya mubwata.
Olosho maingor wengi suma saindaya mubwata. Olosho maingor wengi suma saindaya mubwata. Olosho maingor wengi suma saindaya mubwata. My name is Naishorwa, a Maasai woman. When I was young, I got a rare chance to education. You know that FGM and early marriages are the norms in my community. My father met with missionaries, and so he learned the importance of education, and he sent me to school. Today I'm grateful because even if he didn't have an education himself, he struggled so hard to give me a bright future. And while in school, I realized that there was a gender inequality because more boys than girls were enrolled in school. And the few girls in my class dropped out in grade 7 and 8, but not me. Olosho maingor wengi suma saindaya mubwata. Olosho maingor wengi suma saindaya mubwata. My father was determined to see me through primary school. Well, I graduated, got a job in Nairobi, and today I have a family of my own. But I have this grandmother who is a mother to my mother, who so much believes in our traditions. Recently, she visited me and my cousins that live with me because I rescued them from the cat. And we started talking about traditions. And I said to her, "Do you still believe in the cat?" She said, "Yes." But I asked her why. She looked at me with anger in her eyes and said that she still doesn't see me as a woman. Yet I have 2 children and a husband. She pitied herself that she wasn't strong enough. Otherwise, she will hold me and my cousins down and just cut us all. For this is our tradition, she said. In this age and time, she still doesn't see the benefits of the successful life that I live. For her, traditions is all that matters.
Hello! My name is Jonathan Oleketui, a head teacher at Sekinani Boarding School. Hello. How are you? Nice scarf. Very nice. Hi, sir. Hello. Hi. Nice lipstick. It's good to see you. I have been in this school since 2013, but I have been teaching for many years. It is true that there before, kids would be forced to drop out of school. For example, in 2013, I had 54 pupils and only 9 of them were girls. In 2014, I had 21 girls. Then later in 2015, I had 19 girls. But now, I have 33 of them. That is good, right? It is evident that the number of girls is rising slowly every year. Boarding schools have really helped girls because they do not go home often. The main challenge we have now is early marriage and pregnancy, forcing girls to drop out of school. In fighting FGM, we have collaborated with the area chief to help curb this act. It is sad that this has refused to stop among the Maasai people. But truth is, it is reducing as years go by. If this custom ends, then the rate at which girls get pregnant will also reduce.
In Maasai land, the girl child is denied most of her rights. When they refuse most of these cultural practices, they are chased away from home.
Lawyers.
Dad, it is called Alliance High School.
But that is what I just said, or lawyers. My son, you will go to that school. Yes. I say with my daughter's name that you will go. Yes. I will sell all these cattle so that you may go to secondary school. Leave alone these men whose sons go to school just around the corner. My son will go to the best school in Nairobi. When did you say you're wanted in school?
We still have 2 weeks together, Dad.
Hey, good. Great. Wonderful, wonderful. What do you want, daughter?
Dad, this is my admission letter. I also got an admission to a good school. It's called Moi Girls.
What? Moi Girls what? What's that? Hey. Does your head function well? Get out to the kitchen where you belong. Secondary school. Says who? Just recently, you refused to be circumcised. Get out.
I beg you, my father, let me go to school. I'll go study hard and come back and help you later. I'll buy you so many cattle.
Get out of here, you silly girl. Get out to the kitchen where you belong. I have said before that you will stay in this home and work for us. I don't even think you will get a man to marry because you're not following our traditions. You will be the one to herd my cattle. Get out.
Stop it. Listen to your dad.
No.
You know that I don't repeat my words. Get out to the kitchen.
I will go to school.
Get out.
Please, listen to your father.
No, father, I will not go. I have to study.
Please, father, don't.
What is wrong with you, silly girl?
No, father. I'll find a way to go to school.
Get out.
No. Every day I'm going to stand at the school window and listen to the teacher teaching other kids.
My daughter is cursed. My daughter is a witch.
No. Money is a cursed thing that is making me stay out of school. I'm not cursed. I'm a girl. I'm blessed. I'm here to do something special. Something important.
Shut up. Step out of the way, son.
No, father, no more. He totally refused to pay school fees for his daughter. She was chased away from home. The desperate daughter went to see the local chief. She told her story.
The chief took her to the children's rights office and helped her get a sponsor. She finally went to school. She completed and enrolled to the university. She cleared and got a good job.
Many years later, she visited the old father. And when the father saw the beautiful dressed woman the daughter had become, he started to cry.
My name is Nekariso Letura, and this is my story. I was born and raised in a Maasai setup. Growing up, I was a happy girl. During the circumcision of an older girl, I poured cold water on her before the act to get her body numb. That was how dear my culture was to me. I went to primary school, and at around class 7, my mother started preparing me for the cut. I was ready to go through it in grade 8. Then, a group of missionaries visited our school. they came to teach us about FGM. That was the very first time I heard about the dangers and complications of it. They taught us in black and white the effects of the cut. I was so scared, and I decided to say no. But I did not know how best I could approach my parents and make them understand. My mother was shocked. No girl had ever said no to FGM. My father did not react too well. He became violent towards my mother, saying that she had influenced my decision to say no. It was a very stressful time. One day, my father followed me to my room and said,
Why are you refusing?
When Chonka and Syria and Naisesoi are already circumcised?
I said to him, they were they, but for me, Nekariso, I'm not doing it. I still do not know where I got the courage from. My father looked at me in the eye and said something I'll never forget.
We will see if you will win.
He was somebody I trusted so much, looked up to as a father, but now things really started to escalate. He became more abusive, and one day he decided that he's going to divorce my mother because he couldn't bear the shame anymore. Me, being the first girl, it was very important that I underwent the cut. But one thing stood out. It was the support of my mother. She really stood up for me. She asked me not to worry about her. I've already lived my life, and it is time for you to fight for yours. I stand by your side, she said. And that's what kept me going. She was determined to support me to the bitter end. Word went round, and everyone in the community was furious. When my mother went to the market, nobody wanted to be associated with her. At one point, an old man spit on my face and cursed me. But as a young girl, I did not say anything. But from that day, I knew that every day will be a struggle. So I ran away to my uncle's place in Nairobi.
I will tell you a story that has stuck with me since I was young, and it is going to stay with me forever. A neighbor's daughter was to get circumcised in my village. Back then, during the circumcision season, it was really a ceremony. Everyone was there to witness. The girl that was to be circumcised suddenly started running. She was a very big girl. She got up, overpowered everyone in the hut, and she ran. When a girl is being circumcised, they only have lassos on for easy access. And as she was running, her lasso got over her head and she was running towards the bush naked. Men started running after her. People were screaming and everything was chaotic. At some point, deeper in the bush, they caught her and started dragging her back to the hut. She was terrified and screamed all the way. I was so scared for her. I remember it like it was yesterday. When they got to the hut, they tied ropes around her ankles. She was a very strong girl. Many men had to hold her legs apart. A woman came with a knife and...
The girls' rights include the right to education and the right to be protected against harmful cultural practices according to the Kenyan Constitution, 2010.
Article 53.
Article 53.
The Kenyan Constitution has a Human Rights Act in Chapter 53 that talks about the children's rights.
That every child has the right to be a citizen of their own country of birth.
Every child has a right to an education. They are also entitled to a good diet. Every child has a right to a good shelter. A child has a right to say no against things like and anything else that inflicts pain to them. A child has a right to say no against things like and anything that inflicts pain to them.
A child has the right to say no against things like and anything else that inflicts pain to them.
In the Maasai counties, girls still have problems because their rights are not considered, like the rights to education. And some girls are still forced to undergo cultural practices like the law says that anyone found teaching people how to circumcise girls is committing an offense.
A girl mutilator is also a lawbreaker. Another offense is circumcising a woman while she's giving birth. At this point, the woman cannot differentiate the pain of childbirth and the pain of the cut. So, doing so is also an offense.
Every eyewitness who sees this kind of act being committed is also guilty and should be charged by law.
Anyone caught using their house to circumcise girls is also a lawbreaker.
If you are found in possession of any tools used to circumcise, you are also a lawbreaker.
Anyone who witnesses a girl being circumcised and does not report has also broken the law.
If you are charged with these offenses, you will be jailed for not less than 3 years and also pay a fine of not less than 200,000 Kenya shillings.
In daydreams, I picture freshly sharpened pencils,
Roads of desks.
the alphabet, all the numbers,
My dream is simple.
a bright white shirt over school uniform.
And if these dreams come true, it's no longer a simple story, but a story that is mine to write.
I am the author of my life. I am brave.
I am imaginative.
I'm determined,
I'm a woman. I am creative.
Free.
bright.
Powerful. I see all this in myself. I am using my education to make sure all the girls go to school.
Education makes girls safe. It improves their health.
I have learned never to give up because after the rain, it's always sunshine.
I am one of the lucky ones. I got my education. My parents struggled every day to keep me in school because they not only had to pay for my school, but also for my books and my uniform. School isn't free. For many other families, it is simply too much.
My father insisted that I should go to school, learn all the things he didn't learn. He used to say, my future is gone, but there's still one for you. Learn, learn, and learn some more. I said no to ignorance long time ago.
Dark into light, fear into will.
Dark into light, fear into will.
Dark into light, fear into will.
I am the first girl to go to school in my family, and I'm not going to be the last. My daughter and my daughter's daughters will all go to school. I have big dreams. If you try to stop me, I will just try harder.
Nothing can stop my dreams
Nothing in the world.
Nothing in the universe.
because I'm the lucky one.
My mother never learned to read, never opened a book. That is why I am privileged.
Change is coming. My daughters will read. They will study. They will learn.
Nothing can stop my dreams.
I refuse to give up. FGM is soon going to be.
A memory.
We refuse to give up.
We will never give up.
We are not alone. And this is the future I see.
I'm the beginning of a different story.
My granddaughters will tell their daughters how we began this change.
Today,
Maybe they will whisper in the beginning.
But you just watch.
the whisper will grow into a roar.
There are more stories to tell than ours. But the simplest story is the most important, that education works. And not every tradition is good for our society.
Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy.